Good morning, everyone. It's Lydia with Eradicate Self-Doubt and Anxiety. Good morning. Thank you for being here, and I'd love for you to subscribe. I am an RTT practitioner, and the name of this little video is What is RTT? RTT stands for Rapid Transformational Therapy, and I want to talk about those three words. First of all, rapid. So we can affect change very, very quickly. I just want to give a nod to traditional therapy. I myself have been a client of traditional therapy off and on throughout my life, and I find it to be really helpful. I've had some wonderful therapists, and they've helped me along the way with some difficult challenges that I've had in my life. And so I want to let everyone know that I acknowledge and appreciate traditional therapy. RTT is different. RTT is rapid, meaning we can get changes to occur really quickly, really fast. It's fast and it's effective. And the way we do this is by accessing the subconscious. And so with traditional therapy, we use the conscious mind. And I want you to think about sort of a pyramid where the conscious mind is up at the top. And then the middle part of that triangle or pyramid is the subconscious. And then the foundational layer is the unconscious. So we, as RTT practitioners and therapists, work with the subconscious. And I like to think of it as a well or as a reservoir that's full of experiences and memories. And so we access those as a way to eradicate negative beliefs and limiting beliefs. So that's what rapid means. Transformational means that if you can get to the root cause of your issues, if you can get to the root cause of, for example, your problems with losing weight, your problems with addiction, your problems with smoking, not being able to quit smoking, your problems with confidence, your problems with sexual libido, let's just take those 5 to start. If we can get to the root cause of those problems, then you can really get a transformation. If you just stay up at the surface level, you keep churning through these at the conscious level, working with your conscious thoughts, you may get some change, you may have some understanding. But when we get down to the subconscious level, there's a real difference. There's a real transformation because we're pulling out these limiting beliefs. We're pulling out these negative beliefs by the root. So who created RTT? Marissa Peer was the one who created RTT, and she is a renowned therapist, a renowned speaker, and a renowned author. She has written many books, and one of the best books that I recommend is I Am Enough. It's a little book. It's very easy to read, but it's very, very successful. It's very powerful, and it's a transformational book. It's called I Am Enough. So she's written some books. She's a speaker. She speaks around the world when we don't have a pandemic. She speaks around the world, and she has created this school after 30 years of being a successful hypnotherapist. She created a school so that she could train people like me to help people like you, people with anxiety, people with addictions, people who struggle with their weight, people who struggle with sex, people who struggle with abusive partners, people who struggle to quit smoking, people who struggle to quit drinking. So she helps all these kinds of people, and she's had a really successful career. And now she's training people like me to help people like you. Rapid transformational therapy means that it is a form of treatment, but it's fast and transformational. It's rapid and it's transformational. It's a form of therapy. It's a way to treat people, but it's very fast and it's very effective. And what I do is I help women eradicate self-doubts and eradicate anxiety so that they can go on to live wonderful, healthy, happy lives, because anxiety, if you think about it, is an undercurrent. And what is it like when you have an undercurrent of anxiety in your life? It means you're never really present to all these different areas of our lives. You're never really present because you always have this distraction, right? You always have this distraction, which is that you're anxious. You're anxious about moving forward. You're anxious about taking steps. You're anxious every step of the way. So that anxiety can creep into our health. We can start having stomach issues, right? You can start feeling anxious in the solar plexus. You have the 4th chakra here. The solar plexus is down here below the rib cage and above the navel. And oftentimes we feel anxiety there. You may feel some heart palpitations or some anxiety here in the heart center as well. And in the fifth chakra, up at the throat, you may, when you're experiencing anxiety, it may emerge or show itself as an inability to speak your thoughts, to speak your mind, because you're hesitant, you're anxious. And it may show up at the sixth chakra in terms of the thoughts that you're thinking. You might not trust the thoughts that you're thinking. You've got self-doubts, you've got anxiety, and so it obscures or clouds your clear thinking. You might not have a sense of clarity because of the anxiety. So notice how anxiety can impact all these different chakras, which means all these different areas of our lives. Think about the partner that you have, your spouse, your husband, your wife, and how your anxiety might impact your primary relationship. So, are you able to be intimate with your primary person? Your person. You've committed to this person. And if you're anxious, it's hard to show up and be vital and be alive and be authentic and be genuine, because the anxiety is just getting in the way. It's obscuring or clouding your ability to be your true self, to really express yourself fully and completely, because you have self-doubts. It's like putting a brake on being authentic and being genuine and showing up in the world in a genuine way. You've got the brake, you have this hesitancy, you pull back, there's sort of a pulling back energy because of the anxiety. And then you can't give 100% in your primary relationship. And the best relationships are those relationships where each person, the person on this side, the person on this side, they each come together giving 100%. And wouldn't you want to give 100% in your primary relationships? What about the children you have? So what about the children that you have, or the children in your care, your nieces, your nephews? Maybe you're a teacher. Any children in your life? What about your ability to connect with them? If you have anxiety, it's going to get in the way from being really honest and true and authentic and genuine, not to mention your parents and any other friends and family members, right? So anxiety gets in the way of relationships. What if you could just toss that anxiety out and feel free, feel this freedom to be yourself without this hesitation, without this pulling back energy? What about as it relates to your health? We talked earlier about the third chakra and this sort of churning feeling. And the third chakra is our sense of self and our sense of power, our sense of personal power. So if you have anxiety and you feel this feeling in your third chakra, it might translate into digestive issues, because that's where our digestion takes place, right? The stomach, small intestine, the large intestine, colon, that's a little further down, that's in the second chakra, but still, you've got these digestive issues that may be a result of stress you're experiencing, the stress and anxiety that you're experiencing. Are you making good food choices? Is your anxiety impacting your health in the sense that you're not exercising properly? Because exercise is really important for a balanced, full, rich life. Are you getting enough exercise, or are you hemming and hawing about the weather? It's too cold, it's too hot, it's too windy, too dangerous out there. Can't take any chances, right? So anxiety can impact different parts of our life. What about your job? Is your anxiety impacting the way in which you speak with your supervisor? Is your anxiety impacting the way in which you speak to your boss? What about your colleagues? What about these other people in your work life, at your office? Are you able to speak to those who work for you, right? Your receptionist, your admin assistants, those workers who are assembly line workers, those workers who you are supervising. Are you able to speak to them in a way that is gentle and kind, authentic and real, and authentic and genuine? Or is your anxiety sort of getting in the way, right? Anxiety is, if you have it in one area of your life, it's going to permeate all the areas of your life until you can really get rid of it once and for all. And then what about your outcomes? Are you performing? Are you at your best when you have anxiety? Now I'd like you to flip it. So if you didn't have anxiety, I want you to think about what your life would be like without it. Think about how much better your work life would be if you were able to speak to your boss or your supervisor without this feeling of anxiety, but with a sense of calm and ease and groundedness and centeredness? What about with your primary relationship? What if you were able to interact with your primary person, feeling grounded and centered and calm and at ease and in control of your life? What about with regard to your health, to choosing the right foods, to exercising? If you were feeling calm and centered and balanced, right? RTT can help you with this. Rapid Transformational Therapy can help you. I'm a rapid transformational therapy practitioner. My name is Lydia Hill. My website is lydiahillhypnotherapy.directory. I have a Facebook page, Lydia Hill, and I have some posts there, but I also have a lot of posts in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is called Eradicate Self-Doubt and Anxiety, and I'd love for you to join. I'd also love for you to work with me in the Anti-Anxiety Lab. And in the Anti-Anxiety Lab, we do some wonderful work together and we transform your life. So we transform your life from white to black, from black to white. We transform your life from struggling with your anxiety to just a whole new you, a whole new way of experiencing yourself. RTT is amazing, it's effective, and it's fast, and it's transformative. I invite you to connect with me. You can message me. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.